This is LifeTalk, where we tell it like it is. LifeTalk is motivational, helping you get to the next level in life. LifeTalk is educational, to broaden your knowledge. LifeTalk is inspirational, to get you fine-tuned to start doing what you love doing. LifeTalk, sponsored by kmareducation.org. And here is your host, Mariette Kammerer.
Well, hello and welcome to Live Talk with Mariette. I am Mariette, and I'm very happy to be with you. And love is in the air with the upcoming Valentine's Day. Love is universal, and so is pain. But overall, everyone would be happy or happier to have some romance in their life. Yes? No? Okay. Well, our program is about the ups and downs of relationships, illusion versus experience, self-reflection, and taking chances again in this first hour. And in our second hour from 7 to 8, we discuss meeting your dream partner, living and honoring human kindness, relationship with self, and we have great giveaways during the program. That's from 7 to 8. They're gift certificates. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but they're gift certificates. So please join us tonight and call in to 203-333-9422. That's the studio number, and send a Valentine's greeting to your loved one, or give us a quick love story. We love love stories. Anyway, I'm surrounded by great friends here tonight in the studio. Norma Giannatasio, she's the owner of the Vision Salon in Milford, Connecticut. We also have Dr. Rich Gillick, a naturopathic and chiropractor in private practice. And we should have very shortly Jesse Meester, entrepreneur, mind-body psychology consultant. He's an actor and a world traveler, joining us from Amsterdam, the Netherlands tonight. So first of all, good evening, friends. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Mariette.
Thank you. And also, do we have Jesse on the phone?
Hello, Mariette. Can you hear me?
My kisses, right through there. Oh my God, Jesse, how are you?
I'm great. Coming from you in Paris, the city of love.
Eiffel Tower. You're on the Eiffel Tower, right?
Yes. I am actually on there. Yeah, no.
City of
I
love.
wish I was with you guys. It's actually really romantic now in Connecticut, isn't it? With the snow.
Yes, and with the cold, you have to, move a little closer to get the warmth and to share the warmth. Yeah.
I hug myself.
Well, thank you for making the time tonight as well. I know you're busy, you have a very busy schedule, so everybody is here. And tonight, let me just get right into the first segment, a little music first, and we start right with the ups and downs of relationships. Now, we're all familiar with that. We've heard that before. But let me do a little brief overview because we have a potpourri of various situations out there. We have singles seeking relationships. They do little dating, no dating, or they will never date. We have newlyweds, divorced and single and no dating. We have a big variety of different people.
Different combos.
Yes, that want to know some answers. I really believe that. So, Jesse, I like to start with you, and I'd really like to start up with the ups of relationships.
I like that you start off positive.
Yes.
The ups of relationships, and love is my favorite subject, and isn't it? Like for all of us, right?
Yep.
I'm so glad to be surrounded by you all. By the way, we have great guests tonight, and the love is in the air.
Love is in the air.
Exactly. Oh, we're gonna play that song later, Rich.
How you doing, Jesse?
We're gonna have to hum it.
Exactly.
Otherwise, we'll lose you.
Yeah. No. So exactly. So we have as now we're talking about love, and it's just like we all experience a certain chemical response that just makes us almost euphoric. And I think that really, creates a certain sense of I am and I deserve and I feel alive. And that's why a lot of people refer to love is life, because it makes us feel that way. It gives us a purpose. And those are, to me, the biggest ups in love. And then also we have the illusion of, is it even love, or is it something that I create? Is it something that I, just want it to be, or feel that I need that to, be complete? But overall, the up is a chemical response that makes us happy.
Jesse, the chemical response is methylethylamine. That's the chemical substance.
There's so much more happening in the body, and that really resonates with all of us. And I think that, apart from that, being together, an intimate environment, and now especially with Valentine's Day, it just, you see a lot of people seeking for that.
I made some notes, and Norma has her thoughts as well. Well, exchanging feelings and thoughts, but that you can do with a friend or with anybody, really, who will listen, if you will.
Absolutely.
But you can exchange intimacy. I'm talking still about the ups. Mm-hmm. Through the positive and negative exchanges, we really grow. I think that's a big point. We need all of these relationships. Somebody will probably say, what is she talking about? But those are just my thoughts. We need the positive and negative exchanges in order to grow.
Yeah, emotionally you do.
Yeah.
You absolutely do. Yeah, because even if you're a happy person basically, and that's what I feel like I am on a day-to-day basis, I kind of grew up that way. When you've met somebody or there's an emotional connection to somebody, those happy days are even happier. It's hard to describe, but that's actually what happens. Even if you are already happy, it just makes the sunshine brighter, and your whole life seems to be more blessed. It's just a good feeling,
right?
If it's the right person.
But also we get to build the various facets of self. I don't know how many facets I have. I have a few now that I'm aware of, but who knows? I might have.
It could be scary. We're like an onion, I mean, I'm frightened of
I
myself.
love onion.
Yeah. So, what do you think about that, Jesse? Being a mind-body psychology consultant, what do you think about that? As far as that, we have to go through all these relationships, good, bad, or indifferent, in order to grow.
Well, once we are born, we already experience it. So it's like we need it. It's like almost like food and water, and it's really, if you bring it down to a neurotransmitter, it's called oxytocin, and it really in the in-group it creates a certain connection towards being together and the willingness to be together and to be committed. And when you look into relationships, and this is what it's interesting, when you look into research, it seems that for a woman, this oxytocin, so this commitment hormone, neurotransmitter, is stronger as opposed to it is for men. And this could relate to why men often, statistically, are less committed, are less long-term, as opposed to women who think like, I want to nestle down, I want to have a home, and
Only if you make them happy, Jesse.
Right? Isn't that the key? Yeah. So, but this oxytocin, it can grow from both ends. But you will always see that it is stronger for the woman. The woman feels more commitment and more in-group as opposed to the man.
Do you think that's because we're different emotionally, Jesse? Or we're just emotionally different?
It's a different hormonal structure, obviously we have masculine and feminine energy. So the feminine energy is, if you will, receptive towards feelings more so than it is for a man. And all these different energies also create different hormonal responses.
Posterior pituitary.
Exactly. That's why I'm so glad you're here, Dr. Rich. You give like that.
He has this lexicon in front of him.
That's terrible. I don't even know what that means, but I think it's terrible.
Me neither. I have no clue.
It sounds good, doesn't it?
It does.
So, to summarize the ups of relationship, what would you say? And you, Norma, and because I don't want to say anything in regards.
It's just it's just a good feeling if you've got the right partner. I don't want my love relationship to be a job. I don't want to have to work at it so hard that I'm frustrated. Because it just takes away from the joy. It should be joyful. Not all the time. There's ups and downs in every relationship, but there has to be a deeper commitment. There's a song that I forget right now who sings it, but it's After the Loving. And intimacy is...
Humperdinck.
Okay, Humperdinck. Thank you very much,
we went over
Mariette.
all that already.
It's After the Loving, and it means a lot because even though you have the greatest chemistry with somebody and the intimacy is peaked, there has to be more than that when the intimacy is over.
And you know what? You feel it after the intimacy that you really don't like each other, or you're irritated by the person, even though the intimacy was okay for the time being. We all have gone through this, right, Jesse? And you feel it.
Right. If it's the wrong person, you just don't like yourself in the morning. And if it's the right person, you're going to glow all day. I mean, it's just going to,
It depends on how much you charge.
What'd you say,
Jesse? The divorce rate is so high, Mariette. It's mind-boggling. If you look at the divorce rates, and I honestly, and call me old school or conservative, but I'm a big believer of you gotta come home when you're in love, and you gotta come home when you're out of love. And I still believe that once we end or we start a loving commitment, a loving relationship, this comes and this is what was just said, with those ups and downs. And then why, if everybody says, yeah, we got to uphold our commitment and this and that, then why is this divorce rate higher than ever? And it's just saddening, to see that.
Yeah. Now, we read articles in magazines, books, and get advice from others, but we're really learning by doing, by chancing it again, or just say, okay, let's take a chance. That's really how we learn. So I like to get into 4 or 5 different scenarios. We have toxic relationships because self is toxic, and it just feels normal and familiar to the person. Mm-hmm. So I like to start with holding a relationship scorecard when past wrongdoings in order to justify current righteousness. So we have 2 people that are constantly keeping scorecards, and I remember having experienced something like that. Just to start the conversation, that person knew exactly how many fights we had in a month. Exactly, and that's what I mean by scorecards. So, Jesse, I'd like you to zero in on that one.
Yeah, sorry. That is so bad that it's again, and this is crazy, but to some people, it's a competition.
Yeah,
it's true. Like
absolutely.
How many fights did we have? How many times was I right? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, let's go back to the essence of what love is. And that is, correct me if I'm wrong, but to live a happier life as opposed to being single. And if it's that much of a competition or that much of a problem, why are you even in love to begin with? Why are you in this relationship to begin with? To conform yourself towards society ideals? No. Ask yourself this question. Why are you in this? And again, this is not a competition. It's insane. It makes me so sad to see like all these fights and these dramatic events happening, and again, you have to talk and you have to
communication.
You don't need to be in a relationship in the first place. Be honest with yourself and your relationship.
Right. Why are you in it to begin with?
I find some people are very, very needy, and they have a love affair, or they meet someone and they suck the blood I'm sorry, but right out of you because
the life right out of you.
Yeah, the life right out of you because they want so much and they demand so much.
Need me. Don't. want me, don't need me.
But also, you have chosen that partner with their prior actions and behavior. So if you can't accept that, bringing up stuff that happened a year ago between the two of you, right?
Yeah.
You should have dealt with it right then and there.
Doesn't matter.
That's the bottom line. There's nothing more to discuss.
No, it's over.
Right?
It's history.
But anyway, so also there are people, and I made just 4 different categories, dropping hints and other passive aggression. So instead of saying to you really personally, this is what it is, they dance around the subject. Yeah, that's another thing that's not okay. That's
right. It's deflection. It's not really want to talk
how
about.
How well do you know the person? How how much does the person want to expose?
But it's interesting how many people can't really say, and they've been married 20, 30, 40 years, and they can't really say what's on their mind or talk about what they like, even in intimate situations.
They're holding it inside, and I don't know what for.
They're like constipated.
Right.
They can't talk.
Right. I mean, just say it. What's the worst thing that could happen? If you want to say you're upset or you want to say I love you, just say it. What's the worst thing that's going to happen?
This is what I like.
Right? This is what, this is what I like. This is what I love what you do. I mean, listen, men and women both want to know what they do that's good.
Right.
That feels good. And why not just say it?
Oh, like we're
and when you pay for it, that's important.
Intimacy is a whole different subject. Like that for a lot of women and men, it is a sensitive subject. Like you like if you're get to knowing each other and you're like, not many people are open directly. Are you suggesting that people should just tell it how it is in bed?
Say what you like.
Yeah.
Well, no, wait a minute. Not the person. First of all, to me, intimacy, sharing one another, has a total different meaning at a different time in your life than when you were younger.
Absolutely.
So today, if you can share your body with a person, you should also be able to tell him or her mentally what you like and what you don't like, because you're sharing your body with them.
Exactly.
With the lights on or off.
Forget it. No,
Lights
don't
on.
make jokes now.
No, I'm serious.
No, don't make
jokes. There are
jokes.
people who can't get intimate in the light.
Well, that's true too.
All right. That's my point.
You're right about that, but that's another thing. So when you're being intimate, mental intimacy is and emotional intimacy is part of the act. That's part of it.
Sexuality is in your brain. It's not in your body, really.
Different generation, right? And I feel like in my generation, and I sometimes feel ashamed of it, honestly, with all the respect. Like I feel like love has become some kind of Las Vegas slot machine. Like you open up Tinder and you just look at what looks good, and you end up having sexual intercourse. And maybe I see you another time, or maybe not. But I forgot your name.
That's because you're young, Jesse.
Yeah, but
that's at any age. That's
I don't think so. I don't think it's at every age. I think the older you get, the less familiar that is. I think you.
So I'm old, I guess.
Yeah, that's kind of goes with the young.
I never used that app. I never used that type of dating to just have. The phenomena, one night stands or something. I'm just not interested in that.
Yeah.
I just have no desire, and that's why I love when Mariette was talking about the mental connection, because a lot of, and if you look at my Instagram, a lot of people think and assume that I like certain Instagram models who are super fit, but I really don't. I'm attracted to intelligence. I'm attracted to who you are, your energy, your integrity. Like that what attracts me, and also in an intimate setting.
You're an old soul, though. That's why. Because
I guess so.
Yeah. It's okay. That's cool.
And that's why once I get to the next or the category that we're discussing, it all ties in what I really thought of Jesse and how right I was. So now I'm a right person here. Now I'm saying it openly, but I'll get to that in a moment. And it is absolutely, now having met you also personally and having spent some time with you, it really has enforced everything. But I don't want to jump ahead. I will state it when I get to the category. So it's just very, very important to me.
Interested in your perspective on this emotional connection you were referring to.
Oh, we can
a little bit. So because I was genuinely interested. Because
we can talk a little more about that. Absolutely.
What I love about the guests tonight is that we all have different generations, different backgrounds, different culture. So we all have a different perspective on this matter, and I'm just fascinated by other people's experiences and how and like Rich said about communication, but like you said, there's so much more. The first look in the eye, the first touch, the first hey, who are you? It's all that first microsecond where it really comes down to. And for 70% at least.
Yes, when you touch somebody's hand, when you just put your hand on the other person's hand, and you just know it, you feel it like an electricity goes through your hand.
Yeah.
Or not. Yeah.
Well, is that when you first say hello to one another?
Not electricity, not like that. I mean, you'd be very busy if
there's an energy
if you felt that with everybody
when you look at the person. There's an energy when you look at the person and you get cribbling inside of your.
That's lust.
No, it's not.
It is for me.
Okay, it's lust for the doctor. It's not for me. So it's an attraction. It's an energy.
Yeah.
So and then you talk more. You feel great in that person's
make each other laugh.
Presence, right?
Yeah.
Make each other laugh.
Make each other laugh.
And then you still haven't been close to one another, but somehow talking to one another, he puts his hand on your hand, and you just feel it's the right thing, and you just know it, right, Jesse? Right?
Absolutely.
That's correct. What do you, Mariette? What do you feel about a man putting his hand on your leg?
On my lap?
Leg.
Yeah, like leg.
Leg.
Oh, on my leg?
And then in your lap.
Well, I tell you, there was no need, and I remember referring to one of the relationships, that lasted for 10 years. He never did that. When we were sitting in the car talking, we were after dinner and everything. Are you asking me if that's okay or what I felt?
Yeah, like let's say that's the first date. Would you be okay with that? Or
No,
is that
not now.
No?
Not now. I wouldn't be okay with that. No.
No, not a first date. Not
No,
me either.
absolutely not.
Okay.
That the guy, it's a wood chopper. He has no. It's a lack of timing. It's a lack of timing. Right?
Yeah.
Well, it depends where he takes you to dinner. For steak or hamburger.
See, he's making fun.
Yes, I know.
No,
because we're being romantic.
Well, you guys are jumping way ahead of everything here. First, you got to meet the man.
You're just on another page, Rich.
I'm on page one. I'm looking to get a drink, a little feel, a little tickle, and then see you later.
So it's one thing, sometimes when you talk and some people talk with their hands and they just put their hands on your shoulder or on your arm
Hold my
or
hand,
on your
right.
hands.
Yeah. Jesse, help me. I'm being smothered in estrogen over here.
No, I get what you're saying though. Like it depends on the context, right? Like sometimes the woman can be very flirtatious and that can give the impression to the guy of like, oh well, maybe it's okay for me to touch her,
right?
And not touch her in inappropriate places, but just to touch her like you said, on the shoulder or like hug or on the leg, but not inappropriately.
Right. No, I got it. So we're going to definitely continue this. We're going to go for a break. I see some of the heavier women.
Full-figured women.
Full-figured women, thank you. And they look gorgeous because they think and they feel gorgeous, and that's it. They have extra pounds on them, and they are sexy. And I said, "Oh, I can learn something." Anyway, thank you for being with us here. And here in the studio is Norma Giannattasio. She's the owner of Vision Salon
Hi, Mariette.
In Milford, we have Jesse Meester. He's the mind-body psychology consultant. He's also an entrepreneur, actor, and a world traveler. He's joining us from Paris tonight. Thank you for being with us tonight, Jesse.
Thank you guys for having me.
And also Dr. Rich Gillick. He's a naturopath and chiropractor in private practice. So we're all together here. So before the break, we talked about feelings, and I had a couple of more thoughts on that. I really believe that people that are in tune with their feelings, the more you are in tune with your own feelings, the more you can feel the other person when he or she puts his or her hand on you, whether it's on the shoulder or just on your hand. So, and a lot of people are not in tune with their feelings. So you can hold hands and they feel nothing.
Exactly. Yeah.
I feel everything.
They're not open to it.
That's right. Same with your feet. We're all we have different zones. You know, so it's incredible. So, and if you're in tune with all of that, of course you want your partner.
The back of the neck is a good zone, too.
Is it really? I have mostly pain in the back of
I have
my
to
neck.
say with men, I don't even know if most men even realize this, but for me, the little indentation in their neck, I could just live there.
Ooh.
I could just live there.
Norma just touched my thigh, Jesse.
I don't know what you call this. What is this over here? But I could just live there.
Really?
Jess, yeah,
I don't know, but I'm staring awful hard at
a
it.
certain place in the neck where a man has between his shoulders and.
Wow.
Where's Artie right now?
I hope he's home.
Artie, I hope you're listening.
Alone.
So this is Jesse probably has his mouth open. Oh my God, what are they saying? I don't think so. Jesse is an adult.
No. I'm yeah.
You know what I mean, Jess, right? You have that little place in your neck.
No, I totally get what you're saying.
It's a snuggle point, yeah.
No, I think a lot of those eero zones, that are very sensitive, and so I get what you're saying, and
it's not always our private parts.
Exactly. Yeah.
Norma comes with a roadmap in case anybody's interested.
Okay, we're getting it back on track here. It's just it all depends on again. And I need somebody who is really in tune with their feelings. So touching is very important to me. Touching and being able to talk, and many things. And that everything is so much intimacy because you have to tell the other person what's what. You know?
Well, you're enjoying them. You want to tell them you're enjoying
You got to talk and not be silent nights.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
You can laugh in bed, too. That's okay.
That's right.
Yeah, that's great, actually.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, I you can laugh in bed, but like...
Well, not at each
with
other.
somebody there with you.
Exactly. Like, it depends on what you're doing,
Not alone.
Not alone, yeah. But
Not alone, yeah.
we have to understand how difficult this is for a lot of people. And when you're insecure or, you don't want to hurt the other partner, like, we shouldn't talk about it too lightly because we obviously realize, and we probably have experienced this or not, that a lot of people, woman or man, might not be as easy to talk about their insecurities or I like this or I don't like that in such a setting because you're really vulnerable.
I remember when I was young.
Underestimated.
Right, you're right about that. Thank you for even mentioning that.
And of course, yeah,
Jesse, because when I was younger, I always thought I was really good in communicating. No, I wasn't. I thought I was doing a good job, but I wasn't. I really wasn't. It was really, and I can say this now as a baby boomer. I couldn't say this when I was, much younger. I couldn't. So you grow, you learn from all the relationships that you have, and with each person you open up a little more, and so forth. And then you just, when you find the person you can share the most with, you almost feel like, oh, that's the dream person. That's the person who,
the person you've been waiting
for. That's right.
Yeah.
It's about...
Are we back to communication, though?
It's all about sharing the different facets that is currently the most important thing for you. That's what I think. I'm not a professional. I don't need to be a professional.
You know what you like.
I'm just sharing. Yes, I know what I like.
Mariette, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Are you totally comfortable with asking or talking about anything in bed with your partner?
Yes.
Wow, that's
Yes.
That's, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The only, and again, I think I've shared that with you before as a professional, since you're also a trainer. I have shared this, and I don't mind saying that. When people have extra pounds on them, they feel intimidated by it. And I want everybody to know, I feel the same way. When I have some extra pounds, I don't feel quite as confident when I take my clothes off in front of a man. That's true. And I have no qualms saying that on the air.
But, that's your feeling, Mariette.
I know.
I bet you the man feels if he's into you,
sure.
it doesn't
now, get
matter.
This. That's why when I looked on Instagram, these beautiful young women that had certain shape of body shapes, I said, oh my God, look at this. And they have the confidence and they believe that they are beautiful, and they are beautiful. And I'm learning. I'm getting there. I'm getting there with the extra pounds.
Well, they have the help of the media, too, pushing that young.
No, they don't.
Sure they do.
No, excuse me. They are people, regular people just like you and me and the person next door. Some of the pictures, some of the videos on there. They're regular, they're not stars. They're not stars.
No, I'm not talking about stars, but society in general has made women to be anorexic or bulimic in this chasing of this ideal body type. Well, that's what I'm trying to explain.
But everybody's airbrushed, Richard. Everybody's airbrushed that we look at.
Well, how many people do you think know that?
Saying,
when these young girls look at these pictures, how many do you think know that? Not many.
Okay, I'm just saying that when I look at these beautiful younger girls with a little heavier body, they look absolutely beautiful, and they are beautiful because they think it. So where some, like myself, I don't think that I'm really good looking because I have extra pounds. But you know what? It's going to be a little journey.
The right man will see you the way
I know, but I have to feel good.
I know you do.
Because the clothes have to come off, you know?
Listen, we all look better horizontally.
Help me, Jesse, please.
Yeah, no, I just want to step in here because this curve. You say heavier body. I would just say curvaceous,
curvy,
more cushion for the pushing. Like I
It's like a horse in here. The horse just walked in.
No, it's
there's
so.
I'm like, opinion for you right there. I just said it all.
So please understand that there's actually men that don't like skinny. They like a little bit more. So, like you talk about how men perceive, curvaceous woman, but, be very mindful of the fact that man, he don't care. He likes it. And if he doesn't like it, he has no right to be with you in the first place because he doesn't deserve you.
Amen.
Where's the beef?
Yeah, I remember those. Thank you, Jesse, for saying that. Thank you, because there are a lot of women out there that may be able to relate to what I'm talking about. I'm not alone on this.
Yeah, I need to hear it. Yeah.
So anyway, I want to get back to with the relationship and really the category blaming your partner for your own emotions. So, you have had a crappy day and your partner isn't exactly super sympathetic or supportive at the moment. They have been on the phone all day, they got distracted, and you really want them to stay home with you because you feel crappy and he really wants to go out and meet his friends. So you lash out at him for being so insensitive and callous toward you. And this I see in many relationships, and I have done this too when I was young, when I really was young, that I put my feelings on to the partner. That is a big, big thing. Jesse, what do you think about that? Blaming your partner for emotional state.
Who does that more often, men or women?
Good question. Yeah, I think that it happens on both ends, and obviously, it's something that you should recognize it. Once you do recognize it, I think you should step away real quick, because it's something that, again, then we come back to the why and the essence of being in a relationship, and it is to enrich each other and to make each other happy, and to, individually grow by watering each other to bloom into something more beautiful. So if you take away from that, it's just not it's not worth it. I'm sorry.
Jesse, and this is the category now. When I saw you on television, and when you said, take responsibility, when you said that in one of them, take responsibility for your own emotions. When you said what we're going through, no, I want you to take responsibility for your own emotions. And this is just so important that people do that. They own it. Their own actions. That they own it.
Yeah.
Own your own actions, your feelings, your thoughts, everything. So. Yeah. If I can support you with what you're going through, fine, but it's not a let's say it's not a must, because then this can really spin out of control, where the relationship is only about that. Hey, you need to take care of me, and so emotionally, you can't have a relationship like that. That doesn't work. That just doesn't work.
Well, that works for some. I mean, if there's somebody out there who's a giver and somebody who's a taker, it's going to work for a while.
No, because you're actually
for a while.
You're actually manipulating the other person, and that they deserve the blame, that they deserve the guilt that you're putting on them.
And people feel like that. There are couples who survive quite nicely. This is not a perfect
You're true
world.
about that. That's right. You're right about that.
I know. It's very, very, very common. Yeah. You will see the dominating one or the other, and the subservient in the same relationship.
Oh, okay. So this is the you talk about the S&M stuff.
Well, I mean, that's on a different level. This is a different level. No whips yet, but psychologically, that you're at that level. There's the subservient and there's the dominant. There's one in each relationship.
But you wonder how really happy they are.
People have mood swings without even drinking. Right? Now, can you imagine if they start drinking or taking drugs?
Oh, wow.
You really don't know where they're coming from. People have mood swings all the time. I don't. I really don't. That's when you deal. No, I don't. I don't. And I tell you why. I may... no, let me say it this way. I don't have mood swings. I may not be up, let's say a 10 all the time. I can't be. Oh. I'm always pretty even. Let's say a 7, 8. And that's a good number for me to be balanced, to feel balanced. 10 is when I get somebody in when I'm excited.
I am. Yeah, I don't.
Meeting
somebody
you, Jesse, meeting my friends here. I'm excited. I'm a 10, but I'm never a 2 or 3 ever. That means I'm depressed. Yeah. And at times, depending on what food I eat, if I eat a lot of sugar and starchy stuff, I have noticed some light clouds come in, and where I feel a little bit of a depression. It has something to do with the sugar when I have excess sugar. So, but I'm really even keel, and when somebody ticks me off, of course, then I'm really over a 10. But then I work on it as well, because I don't want to carry it within me for 2-3 days.
And I have the whip marks to prove it.
No, it's true. No, it's all about balancing yourself. And if the slightest things that irritate me, I get rid of it. Whatever that is,
It's a much happier life when you could be pleasant and nice. You don't have to be wonderful. Just be nice to each other.
Right.
Be nice.
And it wasn't easy for me to pick out different things. We haven't even scratched the surface yet with relationship. We could go on for weeks and weeks. We're not trying to give a seminar here tonight, but it's so tough when people have found wonderful people they have had a relationship with. They were wonderful people, and because of your bad behavior, bad behavior, and I'm one of them.
You lose them.
I lost some really good people. They were great people.
What have you learned from your past relationship, Mariette?
What I've learned?
Yeah, what the most significant lesson?
Okay, it was dealing. I was incapable of controlling my anger, which the anger didn't even belong to that person. The anger belonged to my father.
Yeah.
That was number one. What I've learned to really not. I lost a relationship because of my bad behavior.
Oh.
And that was sad.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you're being tossed aside, and you're there, but wait a minute, we didn't even have the marriage yet. What happened? Yeah, I got rid of you because you know, your mood swings and you make me feel bad, the other one is saying. No, you lose relationships because of your bad behavior, and you need to really get professional help, and there's no big deal about professional help. It's good when you have somebody that shines a light into your thoughts and feelings. You know, from time to time.
That's correct. That's correct.
You know? So, but I've learned I lost relationships because of my bad behavior. That didn't belong to them, and that was not correct. And I would never do this again.
You took
responsibility.
Well,
why are they attracted to you to begin? Why are they attracted to you to begin with? Then, what did you put out a false?
No. At that time, you were a little younger, terribly attractive, and there was an energy that we. And I reminded him of his mother, and he reminded me of my father.
What kind of sick bastard is that?
You don't really know anybody that well. So time has to pass.
All I'm saying is there are a lot of people out there that have had really good people, good men and women, and because the personal ineptness, not realizing they got to work on their behavior.
Sometimes the ugly comes out when you know you can think
because I tell you, when you're ugly, you really are. You have the love-hate relationship inside of you, and that needs to be cleaned out.
Yeah, it does.
The love-hate relationship has to be cleaned out.
It's toxic.
I don't know. I've had some pretty sick relationships. And no, I'm not kidding. And at the time, they were very important as a part of my growth. And
to make you the man you are today.
And who knows what that is? I don't even know what that is. But I've been through some very, very loving relationships. I've been through some relationships where it was love-hate. I've been through hate relationships. I mean, there's all kinds of combinations. And I was always looking. So I tested my parameters. That's why I'm alone today, but I'm still looking.
The truth comes out.
Well, I'm not going to hide anything.
Jesse, what do you think about that? What Rich just said?
Yeah, I'm wondering. Do you have a date planned on Valentine's Day?
I don't think they have a site on the internet for that.
No app for that.
There's no app for that. Thank you. There's no app for that, Jesse. Not in this.
No app for that.
No. Okay. No, but again, like I feel that if you talk about like, hey, I had bad relationships and I learned from it and this and that, like I feel that we all can take that with us and deserve a new chance at love, right, Mariette?
Yes, yes, and of course you go after this big disappointment that you really ruined it. You really ruined your own relationship, till you recognize that a few years have gone by and make something with your life, your own life journey and have a relationship with self. That is very important.
Repeating it if you don't.
So we have to go for another break. Jesse, please stay tuned, and our audience, please stay tuned. It will just be a short break. We'll be right back. I'm Mariette. We're back, and we have 2 more minutes left. And I want to get back to Jesse Meester. He's in Paris, France. Quickly, apologies go a long ways, and I have found that a lot of people have problems with that. I've seen it. I did a little testing on Instagram, and I said, "Is it how easy is it for you to apologize in a partnership?" I said, So I had 270 views, and 10 liked it. The rest said, "Oh, I don't like this," and so forth. I'm kidding, but it's true. So some people have a problem saying, "I'm sorry, I'll make it up to you," and it's about boundaries, Jesse, isn't it?
It is, most definitely. And again, it is really important to apologize, but at the same time realize, is this even, what it is that I thought it was? Is this, really working? Because if you're in a beginning stage of your relationship and you have all these problems right in the beginning,
say goodbye.
I get rid of it. I get rid of it right away. I don't even think about it.
What are we apologizing for?
How many times did you say you're sorry?
Are we not doing this? And I feel that a lot of people are also in dysfunctional relationships just because they can't, or they fear the feeling of being alone.
Perfect. True.
Yeah. Jesse, I'm sorry I have to cut you off. I can't thank you enough for being with us tonight. I want our audience to know, please stay tuned for the second half of the Valentine's talk around the world. Stay tuned. We're going to have the news, and we start the second half at 8:05. Sir, you can't be with us, Jesse, for the second half,
Bye,
and I know
Jesse.
you're busy.
Bye, Jesse.
Thank you. We'll talk to you real soon.
I look forward to the next show, next radio show. I look forward to I don't know when that is, but it was great being with you guys again. And when I come to Connecticut, we'll meet up again.
I love it. No, we love you very much. We really do.
Me too.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Stay well, Jesse.
Bye, Jess.
Thank you very much.
Thank
God bless
you.
you.
Bye now.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.